Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 34, NASDAQ up 23, S&P's up 4.5, gold contract up $10.10, trading at $1,580 an ounce. Silver up 11 cents at $27.21 an ounce. Platinum up 12 bucks at $1,418 an ounce. Copper up 5.5 pennies at $3.53 a pound. Light sweet crude up $2.54 a barrel, trading out at $92.41 a barrel. Bonds down 21 ticks at 150.20. King dollar down 20 ticks at 82.99. The euro is at 122.79. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, what do we have? Okay. The swing point out there in the future, folks, was 1375 flat out. This was on the 5th. What we did out here today, we got the 1376. We did 753 million versus it would have to be 940 million. Failure with a capital F. Extraordinaire, folks. Get into the swing point, get over the swing point, close under the swing point, lighter volume. What does that set up? That sets up, we're going to start moving down to the other side of this consolidation. Now, this consolidation, folks, has been going on, well, you can actually bring the consolidation back to May 4th. It started on the way down. You had that big day down on May 4th, which went from 1385 to 1355. We get out to the end of the consolidation, which is 1255. You go topside, which was the July 5th level. Couldn't bust it up again. Now it's going to try to bust it down. The first place that bust down, of course, the next level down there is 1319. That's on your S&P. You go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. What the Dow did out here, Dow is up 34 points. It got to a price point of 12,977. Got over the 12,961. Over it, closed underneath it, same setup there. That says can't bust them up. We're going to go bust them down. That's 12,492. NASDAQ Composite. We take a look at the composite. This is what we have in the composite. The composite didn't make the high, number one. The composite, the high in the composite, folks, was 29.87. The low of that high is 29.58. Now, the composite did 2 billion shares versus approximately 2.2 billion. It would have been better if the composite, well, let's put it this way. It would have been better if you shot the market if the composite closed under the 29.58. Bottom line is that it closed at 29.65. Small caps. Now, the small caps are the weakest index out there, and this is what the small caps did, folks. The small caps couldn't even make the high of yesterday, which is just amazing, actually. The high of, let's see. No, they didn't. They touched the high of yesterday. The low of the high, July 5th, was 813. The small caps only made it to 808. The small caps, bottom line, are the weakest index. And the amazing part about that, by the way, is that they were the strongest index until July 5th. Then they came back down. You couldn't bust out the low. Didn't have enough volume there to bust it out at the 778 area, but certainly didn't have it on the way back up. If we go actually into the SPY next, you take a look at the SPY. This is what you had with the SPY. The SPY out here today went to 138.18, got over the 137.80, closed underneath it, and still had lighter volume. Only by 1 million, but bottom line had lighter volume. The swing point, never mind what it's going into. It's actually going into 235 million, and we did 125 million. We look at the 3Qs, the NDX 100. What happened with the 3Qs? 3Qs got over the swing point, which was the 65.25 area, closed underneath it, did 49 million versus 37 million at the swing point, but the Qs are also going into 107 million. So your correlation is $107 million. 877-927-6648. Now, after the close, Google came out with numbers. Google closed at $593. That is trading at $611 right now. Now, what's really wild about Google is this. You're going to love this. You know, we have Victor Jones on Mondays, and then he does the option show on Tuesday. If you trade options, folks, bottom line, listen to the show. It's each and every Tuesday, 12 noon. Phenomenal show. Bottom line, the expected move in Google, folks, was $30 in the option market. And it's amazing. So when Google came out with numbers, it was at $593. It went down to $585, and then what did it do? It took off up to $620. Okay? So it's amazing. It's at $612 now. But it is hitting that classic $30 move that the option market was saying was going to do. Now, let's take a look at the numbers. Earnings per share, $10.12. They were looking for $10.16. Bottom line, huge amounts of money they're taking in. There's no two ways about that. I suspect what they're looking at is that the average click, again, fell 16% year over year. The paid clicks, however, have gone up 42%. So that's a big number there. Microsoft, MSFT. Microsoft come out with numbers. Microsoft closed at $30.66. She is trading at $31.10. She's up 50 cents. Numbers on Microsoft go like this. The earnings per share, the estimate was 62 cents. They made 67 cents. You know, it's not getting pushed around. Well, it's not bad. You know, the swing point on Microsoft is 31.14. Yeah, and we're trading it. So she's going to go after that swing. Well, 31.09. Now, this one here is a problem. Chipotle, that closed at $403. That is trading down $23 right now at $380. And when you do look at that chart, that is a classic, folks, okay? This is an equity that came off the high. First off, it made a high in April of $422 with absolutely no volume. Zero, okay? Even at that price point, I was saying, hey, that thing wants to go to $373. And why I say $373? It's the last time that it had volume on the way up. Bottom line. So what ends up happening? You come off the high with volume. When you come off a high with volume, folks, get out of the way. Okay, sure enough, what ends up happening? We made the high with 832,000. Guess what? You come off that high with 2 million shares. You go lower with 1.3. You do a counter trend bounce now, and you go higher with 467,000. Oh, really? Then you come down with 1.1 million. You do another counter trend bounce. You get, so watch this. It goes from 384. They bring more people into the equity. Gets up to 419. Guess what? 419, it has 500,000 shares. See ya. Don't want to be ya. Goes from 414, gets absolutely toasted, roasted, goes down with 1.9 million, goes down with 1.6 million, and then you did a counter trend bounce this whole week. You went from 370 to 400. Now it's getting taken apart again. Let's put this on a weekly because this is going to be, this is a dead stock now. Extraordinary, too. Not in a small way, folks, because the amount of people that are going to be in a bad position is pretty incredible. And when you bring this up, you can see it's quite clear, you know, where the supply and demand curve is. You know, right now, 406, you closed at 403. It's trading down 35 bucks. 346 is the next stop on it. Doesn't hold 346, you're going down to 276. The stock is dead meat extraordinaire. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We had Big Blue up 709. You had Boeing up 97. American Express was down 206. We'll take a look at that. Walmart was off 132. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. Let's go over to Walmart for a second because, if you remember, folks, the deal with Walmart at the end of this month is a crucial one, and this is why. What had happened is that Walmart had taken out its all-time high. And the key is, can it close above it at the end of this month? And if it can't, that's a monster failure. That number, by the way, folks, is 70.2. $1.25. Right now it's down at $1.32. It's at $71.73. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in y'all world. Coming right back, folks.